Hi, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about this autobiography, which is called My Word is My Bond by Roger Moore. I was particularly interested in reading this because I'm a fan of the series called The Saint. It's about a guy who helps people out, and he manages to make money from it at the same time. It's mostly based around Europe and also South America. Leslie Charteris wrote the stories of the saint. This autobiography is written in a chronological order. It's very clearly written rather than verbose. And throughout there are amusing anecdotes. At the same time, it's not joke after joke at all. It's quite serious in a way, I feel. He talks about his life in London when he was young, visiting the cinema, etc. He also details where he was evacuated to during the Second World War. He starkly remembers VE Day and singing with crowds in London. He reports going to study drama and also having to do national service for 3 years. He auditions for parts, but he ends up being a model, which in his words kept the wolf from the door. He goes to find work in America and ends up making a home in Manhattan. He does plays in LA and eventually gets into Hollywood. And we read details about what the Hollywood studios is like. Later, he goes back to England and stars in the TV drama Ivanhoe. Interestingly, he tries to get the rights for The Saint, which suggests this actor had a bit of a business mind as well. He was offered the part of playing the saint while he was in Italy. There is an amusing section on the way that British locations were used instead of foreign locations to keep costs down. He talks about then making The Persuaders with Tony Curtis. In the same way, he says how British locations were used to substitute for foreign locations to keep costs down. He had seen a lot of the producers of the Bond movies when he was at Pinewood Studios making The Persuaders, so this helped him secure the part of being Bond in Live and Let Die. He talks about how Audrey Hepburn, who was a near neighbor of his in Switzerland, got him into UNICEF. He visited slum areas and places without running water and sanitation, and his sympathy for poor people around the world grew. He writes, "Most of all, I think my fury was aimed at the governments that allowed the manufacture of mines," when talking about the horrific damage landmines had done to people that he had met. Towards the end, he talks about his pride on getting knighted in England. In this autobiography, there's a lot about his family and friends, the locations he's lived in around the world, and the TV and film productions he was in. It's written in a very clear style, and I think it's quite a good read. I'd give it 3 stars out of 5. At some stage, I'll talk about some stories by Leslie Charters, who wrote The Saint. Thanks for watching. See you next time.